Lesson 1: Changes and Progress.
Hey Anna, I was reading about how the United States has changed its laws over the years, especially regarding immigration.
That's an important topic. I know there was a time when Chinese immigrants faced a lot of unfair treatment.
Yes, it was quite harsh. The US government realized that their laws had been unfair, which led to significant changes.
It's great to see how history can shift based on public opinion and advocacy. What changes did they make?
One of the major changes was the repeal of the Chinese Exclusion Act, which had prohibited Chinese laborers from entering the country.
That must have been a significant moment for many families. It's essential to acknowledge those injustices.
Absolutely. It's a reminder of how society can evolve and improve. We have to learn from the past.
Yes. Understanding history helps us recognize patterns and avoid repeating mistakes.
And it's important to celebrate the contributions of all immigrant communities. They enrich our culture.
Definitely. Chinese immigrants have added so much to American society, from food to art.
I love Chinese cuisine. Dim sum and stir-fried dishes are some of my favorites.
Same here. And the traditional festivals, like the Lunar New Year, are vibrant and full of life.
They really are. I enjoy seeing the parades and cultural celebrations. It's a great way to learn about different traditions.
Exactly. Events like these foster understanding and appreciation among diverse communities.
Speaking of learning, do you think schools do enough to teach about immigration history?
I think there's room for improvement. More inclusive history lessons would help students understand the complexities of our society.
I agree. It's vital for young people to learn about the contributions and struggles of all groups.
Education is key to fostering empathy and respect. It can shape future generations for the better.
Definitely. When we understand each other's stories, we can build a more inclusive community.
And we can celebrate our differences while recognizing our shared humanity.
Well said. It's all about progress and making sure everyone feels valued.
Lesson 2: Healthy Habits.
Hey Anna, how's it going? I noticed you've been looking really healthy lately.
Thanks, John. I've been focusing on my wellness by eating better and exercising regularly.
That's fantastic. What kind of changes have you made to your diet?
I've started incorporating more fruits and vegetables into my meals. They really boost my energy levels.
That's a great idea. I've heard that colorful fruits and veggies have a lot of essential vitamins.
Exactly. I try to eat a rainbow of colors every day. It makes my meals more appealing too.
I love that approach. Have you discovered any new recipes that you enjoy?
Yes. I recently tried a quinoa salad with cherry tomatoes, cucumbers, and a lemon dressing. It was delicious.
That sounds refreshing. Quinoa is such a versatile grain. It's great for salads and bowls.
I agree. And it's packed with protein, which helps keep me full longer.
Speaking of staying full, how do you balance healthy eating with cravings for snacks?
I have healthy snacks on hand, like nuts and yogurt. They satisfy my cravings without the guilt.
That's smart. I sometimes struggle with late night snacking. Any tips for avoiding that?
I try to keep myself busy in the evening, whether it's reading or doing a hobby. It helps keep my mind off food.
That's a great strategy. Staying active can really distract you from unnecessary snacking.
Definitely. Also, drinking water can help. Sometimes we confuse thirst with hunger.
So true. I've been trying to drink more water throughout the day. It makes a big difference.
It really does. Staying hydrated is essential for overall health. Have you thought about adding exercise to your routine?
Yes. I've been considering joining a local gym or taking a dance class.
Dancing sounds like a blast. It's a fun way to stay active and meet new people.
Exactly. Plus, it's a good workout without feeling like exercise. What about you? Do you have a favorite workout?
I enjoy yoga because it helps with flexibility and relaxation. It's a nice balance to my other activities.
Yoga is wonderful for the mind and body. I should give it a try sometime.
Lesson 3: Mastering Presentations.
Hey Anna, I've been preparing for a big presentation at work.
That sounds exciting. What's the topic?
It's about our new product launch. I've prepared numerous presentations before, but this one feels different.
I can understand that. Presenting a new product is crucial for its success. What's your strategy?
I plan to start with a strong hook to grab everyone's attention right away.
Great idea. An engaging opening can set the tone for the entire presentation.
I also want to include visuals to make the data more digestible.
Visuals are essential. They can help the audience understand complex information quickly.
Exactly. I'm using charts and images to illustrate our key points.
Have you practiced your delivery?
Yes. I've gone through it multiple times, but I still feel a bit nervous.
That's natural. Even experienced speakers get nervous. How do you manage that?
I take deep breaths and remind myself that it's okay to make mistakes.
That's a healthy approach. Mistakes can happen, but it's how you recover that counts.
True. I also try to connect with the audience by making eye contact.
That's very effective. It creates a sense of engagement and shows confidence.
I hope so. I want them to feel involved in the discussion.
You can also encourage questions during or after the presentation.
That's a great idea. It can make the session feel more interactive.
Exactly. It shows that you value their input and are open to dialogue.
What do you think is the most challenging part of presenting?
For me, it's managing time effectively. You want to cover everything but also stay concise.
I completely agree. Balancing thoroughness with brevity is key.
Lesson 4: The Joy of Gardening.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking about ways to relax after a busy week.
That's a great idea. Yes, it's a great way to unwind. What do you usually do?
I usually watch movies or read, but I've heard gardening can be really therapeutic.
Absolutely. Gardening allows you to connect with nature and can be very calming.
I should try gardening too. What do you enjoy most about it?
I love watching plants grow. It's rewarding to see the results of your hard work.
That sounds satisfying. Do you have a garden at home?
Yes, I have a small vegetable garden in my backyard. I grow tomatoes, peppers, and herbs.
Wow, that's impressive. Fresh vegetables must taste amazing.
They do. There's a big difference between store-bought and homegrown produce.
I can imagine. What's the easiest plant for a beginner to start with?
I recommend starting with herbs like basil or mint. They're simple to grow and very useful in cooking.
Great tip. I love cooking with fresh herbs. How much time does it take to maintain your garden?
It varies, but I spend about an hour a week. It's enjoyable, so it never feels like a chore.
That sounds manageable. Have you faced any challenges while gardening?
Yes, pests can be a problem sometimes. I've learned to use natural remedies to keep them away.
That's smart. It's great to avoid chemicals if possible. What other plants do you recommend?
If you have more space, consider growing some flowers. They attract pollinators like bees and butterflies.
That sounds beautiful. I'd love to have a garden full of colorful flowers.
It really brightens up the space. Plus, it creates a peaceful environment.
I can see how gardening would be a great stress reliever.
Definitely. It's a wonderful way to disconnect from technology and enjoy the outdoors.
I think I'll start small with a few pots on my balcony.
Lesson 5: Culinary Adventures.
Hey Anna, I heard there's a new restaurant opening in town this weekend.
That sounds exciting. What type of cuisine do they serve?
It's a fusion of Italian and Japanese. I think they call it idiomatic.
Wow, that's unique. I've never tried that combination before. What dishes are you looking forward to?
I'm curious about their sushi pizza. It's a mix of sushi ingredients on a pizza base.
Sushi pizza? That sounds intriguing. I love trying creative dishes.
I know, right? They also have ramen pasta, which sounds like an interesting twist.
Ramen pasta? Now, that's something I'd like to taste. It combines two of my favorite foods.
Exactly. I think it's great when chefs experiment with different flavors and techniques.
It really is. It can lead to some amazing culinary experiences. Have you been to any other fusion restaurants?
Yes, I went to a place that serves Mexican Korean food. Their kimchi tacos were fantastic.
That sounds delicious. I've heard of Korean barbecue burritos. They seem to be popular too.
They are. It's fun to see how different cultures influence each other's cuisines.
I agree. Food is such a wonderful way to explore different cultures without traveling.
Definitely. Plus, sharing a meal is a great way to bond with friends and family.
Absolutely. Do you want to check out this new restaurant together?
I'd love to. We can try a variety of dishes and share them.
That sounds perfect. I enjoy tasting different flavors and discovering new favorites.
Me too. We should also ask the waiter for recommendations. They often know the best dishes.
Great idea. It's always nice to get the insider's perspective.
I'm really looking forward to this culinary adventure with you.
Same here. Let's plan to go early to beat the weekend crowd.
Good plan. I can't wait to see what creative dishes they have in store for us.
Lesson 6, Migration History.
Hey Anna, I've been reading about the history of migration and found something fascinating.
Oh really? What did you discover?
I learned that Britain stopped sending its prisoners to Australia in 1868, but migration continued for other reasons.
That's interesting. I didn't know the timeline. What prompted the migration after that?
Many people moved to Australia in search of better economic opportunities and land.
That makes sense. Australia offered vast lands for farming and a chance for a fresh start.
Exactly. It became a destination for those seeking to escape poverty in Britain.
I can see how that would be appealing. What about the cultural impact of this migration?
It significantly shaped Australian society. The blend of cultures created a unique national identity.
Absolutely. It's fascinating how migration influences language, food, and traditions.
Yes. For instance, many British customs are still celebrated in Australia today.
And they've also adopted traditions from indigenous cultures and immigrants from other countries.
Right. Australia is known for its multicultural society, which enriches its culture.
Have you ever thought about how migration affects our lives today?
Yes. It reminds us of the importance of diversity and the contributions of different cultures.
It really does. Our communities are often a mix of various backgrounds and experiences.
Exactly. It's essential to appreciate these differences and learn from one another.
I agree. It fosters understanding and can lead to a more harmonious society.
Plus, exploring various cuisines and traditions can be a delightful experience.
Definitely. Traveling or trying new foods can broaden our perspectives.
I'm excited to continue learning about migration and its impact on history.
Lesson 7: Crafting Homemade Beer.
Hey Anna, I just learned about the process of making homemade beer, and it sounds fascinating.
Really? I've heard that homemade beers can be quite unique. What have you discovered?
Well, the first step is choosing the right ingredients, like malt, hops, yeast, and water.
That's interesting. I didn't know those were the main components. How do they affect the flavor?
Each ingredient contributes differently. For example, hops add bitterness and aroma, while malt gives sweetness.
So, it's all about balancing those flavors. Do you think it's difficult to make?
It can be a bit tricky at first, but many people find it enjoyable and rewarding.
That sounds amazing. I'd love to give it a try. Have you ever brewed your own beer?
Not yet, but I've been thinking about it. There are local classes that teach the brewing process.
That sounds like a fun experience. Learning something new with friends would make it even better.
Absolutely. Plus, you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor afterward.
I can imagine sharing homemade beer at a gathering would be a hit.
Definitely. It's a great conversation starter, and people love trying something fresh and unique.
What types of beer do you think would be fun to make?
I'd love to try making a fruity wheat beer or a rich stout. They have such distinct flavors.
Those sound delicious. I've always enjoyed fruity beers during summer.
Me too. The lightness and refreshing taste are perfect for warm days.
Do you think brewing beer at home is more cost-effective than buying craft beer?
It can be. Once you invest in the equipment, the cost per batch is usually lower than store-bought.
That's a great point. Plus, you can experiment with flavors that aren't available in stores.
Exactly. It's all about creativity and personal preference.
I'm excited to learn more about brewing. Maybe we can plan a brewing day together.
That sounds like a fantastic idea. I'll look into local classes, and we can get started.
Lesson 8: Hotel Surprises.
Hey Anna, I just got back from a weekend trip, and I have to tell you about the hotel I stayed in.
Oh really? What was it like?
It was quite surprising. I wasn't expecting it to be so luxurious for the price I paid.
That sounds amazing. What made it special?
The moment I walked in, I was greeted by friendly staff and a beautiful lobby filled with plants.
That sounds inviting. Did you get a good view from your room?
Yes. My room overlooked the beach, and the sunset was breathtaking. I took so many photos.
I can imagine. A sunset view can really enhance the whole experience. What about the amenities?
They had a fantastic pool and even a spa. I couldn't believe how much was included.
Wow. Did you get a chance to use the pool or the spa?
I did. I spent a few hours relaxing by the pool and even booked a massage at the spa.
That sounds so relaxing. It's great to unwind during a trip. What other activities did you do?
I explored the local area, tried some delicious seafood, and even went for a hike nearby.
That sounds like the perfect getaway. What was your favorite dish?
I had grilled shrimp tacos that were absolutely delicious. They were fresh and flavorful.
Yum. I love seafood tacos. Did you discover any local restaurants?
Yes, there was a charming little place right by the beach. The atmosphere was cozy, and the food was excellent.
I love finding hidden gems like that. It makes the trip memorable.
For sure. I also met some friendly locals who shared tips about the area.
That's great. Interacting with locals can really enrich your travel experience.
Absolutely. It's amazing how much you can learn from their stories and recommendations.
I agree. It sounds like you had a wonderful trip. Did anything surprise you about the hotel?
Yes. They offered complimentary breakfast, and it was a full buffet with so many options.
Lesson 9: Adventure awaits.
Hey Anna, I was thinking about planning a trip soon. What do you think?
That sounds like a great idea. Where do you want to go?
I'm considering a coastal destination where we could go snorkeling, hiking, and try some local cuisine.
That sounds amazing. Snorkeling is such a fun way to explore marine life. Have you done it before?
Yes, I went once, and it was incredible. The colors of the fish and coral were breathtaking.
I can only imagine. I've always wanted to try snorkeling but haven't had the chance yet.
You should definitely join me. It's an adventure you won't forget.
I'd love to. What other activities do you think we should include in the trip?
Besides snorkeling, I think we should go hiking in the nearby national park. The trails are supposed to have stunning views.
Hiking sounds perfect. It's a great way to enjoy nature and get some exercise. Do you have a specific trail in mind?
I heard about a trail that leads to a waterfall. It's about a 2-hour hike, and the scenery is supposed to be gorgeous.
That sounds wonderful. A refreshing waterfall after a hike would be so rewarding.
Exactly. Plus, we can take lots of photos along the way.
I love taking photos of nature. It's nice to capture those memories. What about food?
Trying local cuisine is a must. I'm excited to sample fresh seafood and regional dishes.
Yes. I've read about some fantastic local restaurants that serve traditional dishes.
We should definitely check those out. I'm particularly interested in trying some fish tacos.
Fish tacos sound delicious. I've heard they're often made with fresh ingredients right from the ocean.
They are. And we could also find some tropical fruits to try, like mangoes and pineapples.
Yum. Fresh fruit is the best, especially in warm weather. Do you have a favorite fruit?
I love mangoes. They're so juicy and sweet. What about you?
I'm a big fan of pineapples. They remind me of summer vacations.
Perfect. It sounds like we'll have an amazing time filled with fun activities and delicious food.
Lesson 10, Home Security.
Hey Anna, I've been thinking about home security lately. I couldn't agree more that it's essential to keep our homes safe.
Absolutely. There are so many things we can do to enhance security. What measures do you take?
I have an alarm system installed, and it alerts me if there's any unusual activity.
That's a great start. I've heard that motion sensor lights are also effective. They can deter intruders. Smart. I've also read that securing doors and windows is crucial. What type of locks do you use?
Yes, I have those too. They light up when someone approaches, which makes it harder for anyone to sneak around. I installed deadbolt locks on all my doors. They're much more secure than regular locks.
That's a wise choice. I also use window locks. It's surprising how easy it can be to open an unsecured window.
Definitely. I also make sure my garage is secure. I keep it locked and avoid leaving tools outside.
Good point. Tools can be used to break in, so it's best to keep them out of sight. Do you have a security camera?
Yes, I installed a couple of cameras around the property. They give me peace of mind, especially when I'm away.
That's a smart move. Many modern cameras also allow you to check live footage on your phone.
Exactly. It's reassuring to see everything is okay at home when I'm out.
Have you ever thought about neighborhood watch programs? They can really enhance community security.
I have. It's great to know that neighbors are looking out for one another.
Yes. Being part of a community can make a big difference in feeling safe.
I completely agree. It's all about being proactive rather than reactive.
Exactly. And sharing tips with neighbors can help everyone improve their security measures.
That's a great idea. The more we communicate, the safer we all are.
For sure. It's important to stay informed about potential risks in our area as well.
Definitely. We can never be too careful when it comes to our homes and loved ones.
Lesson 11, Family Heritage.
Hey Anna, I was reading about how families have contributed to the history of America, and it's fascinating.
Really? What did you find out?
I discovered that many families have claimed small shares of America's history for nearly 50 years.
That sounds intriguing. How did they do that?
They often settled in certain areas and made significant contributions to the local culture and economy.
That makes sense. It's amazing how families can shape a community over generations.
Exactly. Some families have been involved in farming, while others have started businesses that became local staples.
I love hearing those stories. What about cultural contributions?
Many families brought their traditions, foods, and celebrations, enriching the local culture.
Yes. Festivals that celebrate different heritages can be such a vibrant part of a community.
I agree. I recently attended a festival that showcased various cuisines from around the world.
That sounds delicious. What was your favorite dish?
I loved the tamales. They were filled with spicy meat and wrapped in corn dough.
Yum. I've always wanted to try making tamales. Do you think it's difficult?
It can be a bit challenging, but it's definitely worth it to learn the process.
Maybe we could try making them together. Cooking can be a fun way to connect with our heritage.
That's a great idea. Sharing recipes and stories while cooking is such a wonderful experience.
Yes. It's like bringing a piece of history to life in our own kitchens.
Exactly. And we can also invite family members to join us. It could be a fun family gathering.
That sounds perfect. It would be a great way to bond and learn from each other.
Plus, it's a chance to pass down traditions to the younger generation.
Absolutely. Teaching them about our heritage is so important for keeping those traditions alive.
I'm really looking forward to our cooking adventure and exploring our family histories together.
Lesson 12: Navigating Change.
Hey Anna, have you noticed how the recent political changes are affecting our workplace?
Yes, it's hard to ignore. Many colleagues seem uncertain about their roles.
Exactly. The political reconstruction is shaking things up quite a bit.
I think people are worried about job security and future projects.
Right. We need to support each other during this transition.
I agree. It's important to communicate openly about our concerns.
Maybe we could hold a team meeting to discuss everyone's feelings.
That sounds like a great idea. It would give everyone a chance to share.
Plus, it would help us understand how to move forward together.
Absolutely. We can also make allowances for any lack of ceremony during this time.
Yes. It's understandable that not everyone will be in the best spirits.
And we should focus on collaboration. It can strengthen our team.
Definitely. Perhaps we could organize team building activities to lift morale.